daffodils. The fourth stanza, for oft means often. When on my couch I lie, couch means sofa, I lie. In vacant, in free, or in free time, when the poet is completely free, or in pensive mood, meditative mood, or in imaginative mood. They flash, flash means come before, that inward eye means imagination or in thought, which is the bliss of solitude. Bliss means blessing. Solitude means loneliness when the poet is alone. And then my heart with pleasure fills, pleasure means happiness, and dances with the daffodils. So in the last stanza of the poem, the poet tells us his routine. And how can we say that the poet is telling us his routine? Because in the fourth stanza or in the last stanza, you can see the poet has used the first form of verb. And in the first, second, and third stanza, the poet has used the second form of verb because the poet has told us his experience. What did he see in the past? Now the poet is telling us the routine. So as we have done present indefinite tense, and in present indefinite tense, what do we use? We use present indefinite tense to talk about our regular action, our routine, our habits. So now the poet tells us his routine, that whenever he lies on his bed, whenever he lies on his couch, whether he is free or having no activity or in imaginative mood or meditative mood, the beautiful sight of the daffodil come before his eyes. As he says, whenever he is on his couch or sofa, he lies, whether he is free or in thoughtful mood, in meditative mood, whether he is sad or happy, the beautiful sight of the daffodils come before his eyes. And which is the bliss of solitude? As if you could remember, in the very first stanza, the poet has used the word alone or lonely. And in the last stanza, the poet has used the word solitude. In the first stanza, the poet has used the word lonely, and in the last stanza, the poet has used the word solitude, which means all by himself lonely. But this loneliness is a great blessing for the poet because he clarifies this. This is the blessing, which is the bliss of solitude, means loneliness is a great blessing. Whether the poet is sad or happy or in a meditative mood, the beautiful scene of daffodil come before his eyes, and this is the blessing for the poet whenever he is alone or in solitude. And when such beautiful sight of daffodil come before his eyes, his heart starts dancing with the daffodils. And in the second last line of the stanza, the poet has used possessive pronoun my. And then my heart with pleasure fill and dances with the daffodils. And this possessive pronoun, again the poet has used, that is my, to remind the reader that this is his personal experience. So this was all about the explanation of the poem Daffodils.